Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Anna O'Sullivan, and today we're going to dive into the Atomy's core beauty products, especially the skincare sets. Okay, so now the very first thing I'm going to go over is the technology that is behind the original skincare set that was released in 2009. By Homme, who is a manufacturer of all of these skincare products for Atomy. Now you have to remember, Atomy is a distribution company, but they don't make any of these products. Homme and KERI, the Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, got together and formed a company called Homme. I should say Homme Korea. They formed a new company specifically to manufacture Homme, which is a key nutritional supplement, and all the skincare products. So today we're going to focus on the skincare product technology, but all this technology was derived from development of Homme, the the flagship health supplement of Atomy. So the very most important technology that makes our skincare products so incredible is this high purification technology. Because KERI is a research institute that has access to nuclear technology, they were able to develop a particular purification process using their nuclear technology, where they were able to actually extract all of the toxic materials from all of the fresh herbs that are used in the skincare process. This was developed specifically for the herbs that were used for Homme, but they can use the same technology for all the herbs that are used for skincare. So using fresh green leaves, they can actually, when the leaves are dried, then it turns dark, and using specific nuclear technology, they're able to actually separate, number one, all the toxins from these herbs, because anything that grows from the ground has some toxins that come along with it, because you can't control what's in the ground. So toxins are removed, but also the color and smell can be removed from these substances. So once the color is removed, this is the natural process that other skincare manufacturers can go through. They can get it to this point, but the nuclear technology that Atomy has and Homme has is that they can actually get something yellow colored to actually clear, white or actually a clear substance, because it's critical for skincare products to be either white, pure white, or actually clear, because very few women wants to put dark brown substances on their face. Also, the smells, if any of these products have a pretty strong odor, then the smell has to be removed as well, and that can be done using nuclear technology. So this is really, really important, because typical skincare products manufacturers, including the high-end manufacturers, do not have this nuclear technology to get it to this point, this purification technology. So they can only get it to this point and maybe here, but if they want to increase the concentration, if they want to put lots of green tea extract, for instance, the product actually cannot stay white. It starts turning yellow and brown. But with this technology, you can put hundreds of times more of green tea extracts in the formulation and yet still have a white or clear substance. So this is the most critical, important technology, but there's three more that you really need to understand, which will explain to you why the Atomy products, skincare products, are so different. So the second technology is this fresh herb technology. What that means is that herbs that have been harvested within 24 hours are processed, whereas other companies tends to use dried herbs that are sourced from other herb producers. So what this means is that Atomy actually has total control over their substances. They actually grow their own herbs because it must be immediately used within 24 hours of being harvested. And so what this does is that this will actually increase a lot of the active ingredients of the herbs that they're looking for. So when a herb is harvested and it's dried, that means a lot of the active alkaloids and ingredients are gone. It's lost. And you know that with food, is that if you have strawberries, they taste so much better right off, when you go pick strawberries, because you've got all of the active ingredients, all of the nutrition, and the taste is part of that, is still there. But as soon as it's harvested within probably 72 hours, within 2 or 3 days, you lose about 70% of the active ingredients in any fruits or vegetables or herbs. So this is critical for making sure that you get as much of the active ingredients of that product as possible. The third technology, this is a technology that's used mostly in Asia. This is a fermentation process using enzymes. Actually, fermentation is actually you're rotting something. And they use certain enzymes to actually break down the particles of these active ingredients. So these things like vegetable worm, oriental mushrooms, fermented worm mushroom, they use brown rice, and these special mushrooms are incredibly beneficial for the skin. But these mushrooms, when they're fermented, are pretty smelly. And so thank goodness for the first technology, which is the purification technology. They're actually able to also remove the odor. These are unusual ingredients that are found in all of the Atomy skincare products, but incredibly effective. The fourth technology that was developed is what we call multiple capsulation delivery technology. And this is what makes the Atomy skincare products so absorbable so quickly, and therefore so effective. Because if a active ingredient is not absorbed, it's really wasted. It needs to get down to the deeper layers. Now, if you take a look here, this is your typical skincare product that's sold out in the market, and even high-end skincare products, because they don't have this technology to reduce the size of the particles. And this happens through this fermentation process where the particle size is decreased greatly. But a typical pore size is 125 nanometers. So a lot of skincare manufacturers say, okay, we have nanotechnology. That's true, but the skin pore size is 125 nanometers, but the active ingredient of most of the other skincare companies of their products, because they don't have the technology that the Atomy products have, is that their particles are about 200 nanometers, which means trying to get a 200 nanometer inside or dropped into a 125 nanometers would be pretty difficult. So a lot of the products tend to sit on top of the skin. So very poor absorption with the general products. But with the Atomy products, these particles are only 33 nanometers. So if you take a 125 nanometer and you have a 33 nanometer size ball, it's going to drop immediately. So ultrafine particles, the size of these multiple lipid capsules, and these small particles are also coated with what we call phospholipids, which makes absorption into the skin very, very easy, because the skin recognizes a phospholipid as part of itself, and it allows the absorption as well. Because the skin is a barrier, it will not allow everything that it touches to absorb, or else we couldn't live. So it allows only certain things to be absorbed, and it prevents other things from being absorbed. So there's super absorption, and it works very, very quickly. So using these four technology that was developed over 10 years ago, all the Atomy skincare products use the same technology, but the newer ones have added technologies to it. So the very first skincare set I'm going to go over is the most important skincare set of all the skincare lines. It is the Atomy Evening Care 4 set, and it comprises of 4 different products, and they have different functions. So the foam cleanser, deep cleanser, the peeling gel, and the peel-off mask have different functions. And I'm going to go over each one separately. The very, very first item that everyone needs to do is deep cleanse. This deep cleanser is critical for actually going into the deep layers, into the deep pores of your skin and pulling out all of the materials that have gathered there, including a lot of chemicals. Even if you don't wear makeup, if your face is exposed to the air, there's a lot of chemical particles from petrochemicals, from exhausts of the cars. There's herbicides, pesticides that are floating around that you can't see, and they get absorbed into the deeper layers. And if you don't bring them out on a regular basis, eventually they get absorbed into your bloodstream and they will add to your toxic load. So the more we can do to minimize increasing our toxic load, the better. So the deep cleanser, its functions are not only to bring up all of the toxins from the pores, but it's also going to deposit the good nutrients as it's also pulling out. So its function is to firm the skin by depositing ginseng and ginkgo extracts. It will also clear up the skin tone with the green tea extract. And also green tea is a very good antioxidant, and it's going to make your skin very glossy. The carrot extract and tocopherol acetate, that's vitamin E, is going to really help with the actual look of your face. So this deep cleanser is incredibly beneficial for your whole face or the skin. So once the deep cleanser has been used, the second thing that's really important is to use a foam cleanser. This works at a different level, and it removes any impurities and makeup. Incredible for removing makeup, but for men, it will also be a really, really good shave foam because it foams up very, very nicely, and it has actually an antibacterial, natural antibacterial component, which will prevent the little bumps occurring after he's shaved. So it's a wonderful shave foam for the men. And also it will help clean his face. But its main function is going to help remove all the makeup and impurities. It's going to clear the skin. People who have troubled skin, the foam cleanser is amazing. Helps you purify and refresh the skin. And it also, it's hydrated finish. So it tightens, but it nourishes the skin after the wash. So it feels very, very clean and clear. So those 2 items, the deep cleanser and the foam cleanser, should be used on a daily basis in the evening. If you have proper cleansing in the evening, in the morning, you do not need to cleanse again. Unless you have excessively oily skin, then you may want to do the foam cleanser again to remove the extra oil. And you will know that your face is very oily if you check your pillowcase. If you get a bit of staining happening, that means you've got pretty oily skin, and the foam cleanser can be used again in the morning. But if not, then all you need to do is just rinse your face with warm water just to get the sleep out of your eyes, but the cleansing does not need to happen again in the morning. Now this item here is actually something you would do once a week. This is actually an exfoliator. A lot of people have used exfoliators, but most exfoliators are quite harsh because they are usually gritty. Either it's sugar-based, which means you've got the sugar crystals, or you've got ground up apricot seeds. Again, very gritty. And our face skin is very, very sensitive. So if you're using those products and you're massaging them into your skin, you're going to really irritate your skin. The function of exfoliators is actually to remove unnecessary dead skin cells so that your face products will be able to absorb better. But unfortunately, a lot of exfoliators irritate the skin. So a lot of people should exfoliate, but don't because they don't like the after effects of the exfoliator. Well, they won't have any problems with this peeling gel because there's absolutely no irritating substances, and it's a clear gel. So its number 1 function is to clear the dead skin. removes dead skin cells so that you're going to get that nice glow and it will feel so soft. And it's going to make your skin very radiant. The elm tree root extract and the water-soluble moisture elements really make your skin very glowy. And it also helps to control oils. So the citrus glandulus peel extract, that's actually grapefruit peel extract, works amazingly well in controlling the excess oil. So the peeling gel should be used once a week. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you've got trouble skin and you want to have nice skin, a once a week peeling gel works really well. The last part of the evening forehead care set is called a peel off mask. I mean, I love this product. I actually use it almost every day, and it is incredible at minimizing pores. Not only minimizing pores, but if anybody suffers from any acne scars, it's amazing. Over a period of time, it will actually remove the acne scars and will change the quality of your face. It firms and calms your skin. So if you have any lines, etc., it will actually minimize the look of lines even after the first use. Because what this peel-off mask does is that when you put it on, there's a lot of nutrition in the mask item itself. It's like glue, white glue. And as it adheres to your skin, all the nutrients from those herbs will get absorbed. And as the mask dries, it slowly tightens the pores. Now, most other companies want to open your pores because their products are so large. So they tend to steam the face, they tend to tap it, use all kinds of things to open the pores. But if you do that on a regular basis, your pores then get lax and your pores will be more noticeable. Last thing you want is to open your pores. Because the active ingredients of the Atomy skincare products are so small, 33 nanometers, you do not need to open the pores. And this peel-off mask will actually close them and make them smaller and appear smaller over a period of time. So amethyst powder is specific for your pores to help tighten it. Elasticity of your face, who doesn't want your face to be tighter? There you go, Centella is great for elasticity. And the jade powder will actually purify your skin. So even after doing the mask once, you're going to notice a huge difference in the way your skin feels. So what I'm going to do is show you a 2-minute video on how to use this set step by step. Now I'm stopping this video right, and you notice how much foam she gets with just a little bit. Most people don't let it foam up enough, and the active ingredients are actually activated by making it foam. So be sure you use enough, and make sure that you put water and foam it up before you actually use it. Now with this peeling gel, be sure you don't use too much because it needs to partially dry. And as it dries, the dead skin cells on the top surface of your face is going to actually be absorbed by the gel. So if you use too much of it, you're going to have a hard time actually peeling, getting the dead skin cell off. So You're gonna wait maybe about 2 minutes. So as long as the gel is covered all over your face, and wait about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and just start massaging. And you'll see the dead skin actually mixed with the product, because the product was totally clear. So as you can see, these dead skin cells there are actually solid, or it's opaque, which means they're mixed with the peeling gel. And you're going to rinse with water again. So this you do only once a week. You don't do this every day, once a week. The most important part about using the mask is you must put on thick enough so that you can peel it properly. The key is make sure you don't see the pink of your skin. So just cover enough so that all of the mask is contiguous. So when you're ready to peel it, it peels off very nicely all in one piece. If you put on too much though, it's going to take too long to dry. So it's going to be sort of an experiment. It'll take you probably 2 or 3 times of doing the mask to get it just right. Now, I've been asked, well, how many masks can you get from one tube of peel-off mask? I actually started to count, and for me, I could get about between 16 to 20 masks in one peel-off mask tube. So that's just putting it just enough, not very thick and not very thin, and as you can see, it peels off very, very quickly. And once you peel off your mask, if you have a little bit, you know, maybe in your eyebrow or hairline, it will easily be removed. You can pick it off, and also everything is water soluble. So after you take the mask off, I suggest you rinse your face again just to get any little bits that's still on your face. Oops. All right, so we're going to go right into the first skincare system called the Fame. Now, this is an upgrade from the original skincare set that was released in 2009 with the 4 technologies that I went over initially. But this was developed specifically to address some of the problems in the last maybe 4 to 5 years a lot of people were having. Namely, number one, a lot of people were developing hypersensitive skin. Meaning some people were so sensitive that they had trouble even using water to cleanse their face, which means that they've got incredibly sensitive skin. And second thing is that when skin is that sensitive, then they also have very, very dry skin. And what they found through research is that people were getting hypersensitive because their skin was becoming damaged. Your skin is a barrier. It's supposed to prevent things from absorbing and only letting certain things, friendly stuff absorb. But with a lot of exposure to chemicals in our food and the environment, certain people were having actual holes in their skin, which were allowing things that should not be absorbed being absorbed. So one of the new technologies that was added to the Fame skincare set was actually a repair technology. And then the second new technology was enormous hydration capability, because when your skin is damaged, it cannot retain and absorb moisture, which means if your cells don't have the moisture, then you don't have any protection. Because our water, every cell in our body is at least 70 to 80% water. And so the ability to retain moisture is critical. So those are the 2 technologies I'm going to discuss with the Fame. So the Fame is the best skincare set to use if you've got very sensitive skin. And then from there, you can graduate to the next skincare set I'm going to talk about. Even if you need that, you're going to have to do this first. So the first question I ask anybody with respect to what skincare they need is, how sensitive is your skin? Do you break out easily, or you have no issues? Then that determines what product that they should start first. So if you don't know, I always get people to start on the Fame, and then once they use one set, they can actually then switch out each one that corresponds to, let's say, the Absolute for DH and for the older set, as this is going to help repair the damage so that you're able to use something a little bit stronger. So the 4 technologies that was developed for the Skincare 6 system, which is, these were incredible. They added basically three new technologies, but actually this is not technology. So the new technology, triple oil, micro capsule, argan kernel oil, phytosqualane, shea butter. This is one of the technologies. New materials, pentothal, 5 types of hyaluronic acid, and ceramide. Now these 2 are more for the hyper moisturization, but the ceramide is what's for actually repairing the skin. And these are all the oils to help, again, retain the moisture. But one of the things that they've developed is the very, very low irritancy of these products. Now, what that means is that the Fame is actually so low in irritancy. It was actually has a German Dermatest certification. It was an excellent rating. The Dermatest is actually where baby products are certified. So this Fame set is safe enough and so low irritation that babies can use it. So that should tell you how incredibly unusual this particular skincare set is. So this is the seal, and Dermatest is the certification for all baby products. So, and the Fame has got an excellent grade. So everybody could use this, including babies. So I'm going to talk about just a few of the new technology, but this is one of the most important. Ceramide is actually what protects the skin barrier. And basically, you can think of ceramide as part of the bricks of the skin. So your skin has cells structured in a brick layer. This is going to actually help with those little holes that the people who are hypersensitive skin has developed. This is actually going to achieve repair of those little bricks. So naturally, it achieves naturally strong skin through an unbreakable barrier. And this is what people need who have hypersensitive skin. So it protects the moisture barrier and keeps the skin healthy. And the key component is this intracellular lipid, ceramide, which is almost 40%. That's what our barrier part of your skin is comprised of, and 20% cholesterol. Okay, so this is the most important part about repairing the damaged skin. Then you've got 3 moisture effects of these new materials. You've got pentanol, it gives you a plumping action. The hyaluronic acid, 5 steps, multiple moisture, and again, ceramide gives you the barrier moisture, meaning it prevents you from losing the moisture. So here's pentanol. They consider that a sports drink for your skin because it will help plump and it prevents dryness and it's soothing. So it's got amazing hydration combination and for dryness and soothing the skin. So you see how the skin is structured? It should be like this, like the house, bricks, but damaged skin is all over the place, and therefore you can have different harmful products or irritating products to get absorbed. And the pentanol will actually penetrate here and help it to sort of regulate the cell structure. And there's 5 different types of hyaluronic acid. Now you've probably heard of hyaluronic acid for the face, and that holds up to 6,000 times its weight in water, which is incredible. So again, you're talking about increasing the moisture and keeping the moisture in the cells. And this oil moisture system provides the skin with a long-lasting freshness and moisture. So you got arginine, spinua, kernel oil, shea butter, phytosqualane, triple oil complex in that very, very small, less than 33 nanometer little capsule. So it absorbs very quickly and it's ultra fine. So I'm going to go through each one. The Atomy, famed toner is basically, it has instant moisture effect. Recharges dry skin with concentrated moisture, and there's 3 types of non-irritating moisture components gets absorbed into the skin. So if there's, depending on who you are, you don't need all of it. It'd be nice if you could use all of it, but this is what would be the very first thing that you should use. Then you got the eye cream. I'm not going to go through each one separately, but you can actually read through it specifically for wrinkle care around the eyes, but all over the face. Eye cream should be used anywhere that you have lines. The Fame Essence concentrates nourishing care, and it goes into the deeper layers, and this is going to be an anti-aging substance. So as you can see, there's a lot of technology involved with respect to how it works. This is the lotion, which specifically for the oil-water balance of your skin to hydrate and moisturize and keep it moisturized throughout the day. Then the nutrition cream is actually specifically for firming the skin and preventing loss of moisture. So this will help tighten the skin if you're loose and prevent moisture. Again, the more moisture you lose, the more damage it's going to be. So we're going to move right on to the Absolute Set, which is actually was released in 2017, specifically for reversing damage. This is a de-aging line, not just anti-aging, but de-aging, meaning it will actually reverse the damage that's been incurred. So this is for more mature skin. Let's say if you're over maybe 40, you definitely need to use this, assuming you don't have hypersensitive skin. If you do, you should always start with the Fame, do at least 1 set, and then switch out with the Absolute equivalent once the particular bottle or jar is used up. But now we're finding more and more younger people are starting to use this because they're becoming wise. Because can you imagine if you use this when you're in your 20s or 30s, how you can keep your skin looking 20, 30, way into your 50s or 60s. So lots of very, very new technologies with respect to the materials. Some of these products like EGF, incredibly expensive. EGF is actually used for burn victims to speed up the production of the skin cells. So very, very important for turnover. Dorman actually will stop the clock with respect to your skin. It will actually slow down the aging process, because dormant is what actually the trees, the deciduous trees from in the fall when they go into dormancy, that's what this is used for. So same thing happens with your skin. And sweet white lupin peptide, Yosemite fermented filtrate. These products are incredible with respect to reversing and stopping the aging process. And all of them are put into all together. All of these ingredients are actually put together like this, and they have different functions. The Absolute Code, they work for all different functions like tightening, lifting, brightening, and those are the things that the older, mature skin tends to need help with, is to reduce the look of lines, reduce dark spots, and also make it bright, and also tighten any sagging or loose skin. And the last technology that was developed specific for the Absolute is this delivery technology, where the Absolute active ingredient will actually go find where there's damage, and it will also work on that damage area first, and then it will work on the second damage area, and etc. So that's it. This is pharmaceutical technology, and this is how drugs work, where they actually search for where they need to go, and they will actually only be used in that area. Lastly, with respect to the Absolute Set, there's the green tea essential water. That is the base of the Absolute Set. And this is such an incredibly beneficial product that it can actually be skincare product on its own. And it has a fragrance of tuberose, which is specifically used in a lot of very high-end skincare products. So this Hydra Brightening set that has just been released this year in Canada was designed actually specifically for people who will not use more than one, maybe one or two items. If you look at the absolute set, there's actually 6 items there. The Fame set is 5 items, but this is a good way to get people started looking after their skin. And usually people who've never done anything with their skin, this would be a good way. And also for younger teenagers or very young people, this is an excellent set to help keep their skin protected and yet not have to spend a lot of time. And this helps to protect the face from the high temperatures, excessive sweat, etc. And there's only 2 steps, and it will hydrate. That's the most important part, is hydration, which will then prevent damage in the future. So hydration, and also for smooth, healthy looking skin. So hydrate, moisture, radiant skin all year long. This brightening care in 2 steps. A lot of things are combined together. And again, the moisture is the most important, and it's microcapsulated, and they will be released throughout the day. Again, we talk about moisture. Everything has to do with moisture. With no moisture, your skin cells are basically done. And so everything has to do with putting in and retaining the moisture. So the Aqua Moisture Toner and the Moisture Serum is actually in little capsules. So when you see it in the bottle, you will see these little capsules floating around actually in the essence. And it's also going to feed the cells. Those little capsules have these vitamin E, cellulose, mannitol, which will help feed the cells. So it's a staple, a steady supply without destroying the active ingredients. So they're going to be time released, and they're going to be popping and feeding your cells throughout the day. Usually 24 to 25 hours. Okay. And it also has vitamin B12, which helps achieve moist, vibrant, and radiant skin. So it maximizes delivery of the fresh moisture. So pink oxidizing, anti-oxidizing energy from vitamin B12. Skin-friendly structure provides impenetrable skin barrier protection. Again, this is going to protect the skin. And these are the main ingredients for moisture. The birch tree sap, it helps protect the skin, improves elasticity. Skin soothing effects helps care for dry and sensitive skin. And the sea berry fruit extract, I didn't even know what this was before, but it has very high amounts of vitamin E, C, and omega-369. So incredible ingredients. Helps moisturize the skin, and also, and helps brightening and improving the firmness of the skin. And an amazing scent, olfactory family, fruity, green, floral. The fruity and floral fragrance will wrap around your skin like fresh fruit and morning dew. One of the things about the Atomy products is they love using fruit oils and fruit scents. And so it's very, very good, especially for men to use these products, because men do not typically like floral scents, but they love fruit scents. So you got a base scent of musk. In the middle note, apple, jasmine, floral note, just slightly, and top note, lemon, lime, and mango. Boy, it's pretty nice. I love the fruity and floral fragrance of this set. And last but not least, there's actually a product for men. This has actually just been released this month. But men typically, they don't do anything with their face. I mean, it's hard to get them even to cleanse their face. Initially, Atomy came out with a men's 3 set with a toner, essence, which is anti-aging, and a lotion, which is moisturizing. That failed because very few men would actually use it. Then they actually came out with a 2 set. The toner, which acts as a aftershave, and the lotion, which is a moisturizing. Even then, that was a fail, because again, men would not do 2 sets. So they developed a one item all-in-one that's going to help them moisturize their skin and prevent aging. And this is actually very, very ingenious because this actually has two separate items that come out in one bottle. So it's a toner, essence, emulsion, cream, all in one, complete men's skincare with just one formula. This would be an awesome gift for birthdays and for Christmas. And I suspect that men will do one thing. And this is just the perfect thing for them to do. Fast hydration, healing complex, there's organic herbs that soothes and vitalize the skin brightening and wrinkle improvement. So functional ingredients that will help with that. And it's dual. You get a white cream and a blue cream that come out in two small holes. And I'm going to show you after the actual Energizing all-in-one. It's quite unique. So it's going to help with hydration and moisture. Really, that's all we always talk about. It needs to be moisturized and you need to have hydration in the skin, which will then help with wrinkling, and it also has a brightening effect. So the tone and their skin will increase. It'll be brighter. So there's I'm actually going to, these are just the ingredients of this product. Let's see. Can't seem to. I think this is the last page. So I'm just going to stop the share and I'm going to show you this, which is the Atomy Homme Energizing All-in-One. So you can see this is the size of the bottle. And one of the things about the Atomy skincare line, they're all very neutral colors. So they can be unisex, but this one, as you can see the holes there? There's two holes. And when you pump it, you're going to get a blue cream and a white lotion. So the blue, I don't know which is which, but you've got a toner, you've got the essence, and you've got the moisturizing effect. And this is something I know that most men will do, especially when they see the two colors coming out, because it's going to be kind of fun, okay? And then they'll mix it, and then they can put it on their face. All right, so I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to stop recording right here too.